and I scale it, but I turn on proportional editing object O for shortcuts, and I add material so I can see difference between the ribbon or and the body. I did the same for the left side. Now I click Alt and left mouse button because I want loop selection, and I press P separate selection. That means I will separate the one I selected. I set origin to geometry. I'm gonna use it as a curve. So as you see, I choose curve and I choose the object because I want these bullets to be around. Before I press key, I select the part I want to cut it. Then I scale it. And this is very important step here. This is the wrong way because it's not a quad shape. I'm gonna dissolve edges, and this is the right way and the wrong way. Why? The right way contain 4 edges, the wrong one contain 3 edges. Now I continue. Doing all the details here at the same steps, so it's gonna take some times, but I speed it up. It's better because, but it's took me a while to do everything manually. Unfortunately, there is no other way to make it like in one click, so you have to make it manually. So I dissolve edges, every edges. I dissolve every edges to be a quad shape, and I smooth shade, or I click on shade smooth here. I add the solid modifier, and by alt left mouse button I select loop selection, and I mark sharp because I want it to be sharp edges. This is, I use it when I use smooth shading, so this is very important step. And of course I choose material, so it's easier for me to see the difference. This step that I'm doing now is not very important. Now I'm gonna make, I add a plane to make the clothing, and I press E to extrude edges, of course. I use mirror modifier on turn it on Z axis, and of course don't forget to press on clipping. It's important, so it's keep it stick together, both mirror sides. I did the same, so I started from top and started bottom, and I continue extruding vertices here as you see, and I skip one row here because it's easier me later on to press F to fill in, as you see here. So this is the fastest way to do it. So I press F to fill, and I am on edges mode. So, and you try your best always to have a quad shape here. to keep quad shape is very very important. This is what make the shape look smooth and nicer. And here as you see, I try my best to keep on quad shape. Sometimes you think it's difficult to have it, but if you think of it, it's easy. I click on face orientation because I felt something wrong with the faces. I click on mesh normal recalculate outside because I want the blender to recalculate it to outside. So red color indicate the faces was flipped on the opposite side, so this is very bad on texturing later on. So and that's make the shape smoother. And here the shoulder, it's very important to keep this shape to give it a round, and in the middle also 4 quads. I always try to check face orientation. This is very important steps. Sometimes you don't notice it, but maybe in the future I'm gonna give tutorial how to solve this problem, because this tutorial not specified for it. So this is pretty much it is. This is and this is how I continued my my character clothing and body shape. I pretty repeat the same steps to do the rest of the body. So just watching me. So extruding the most of the time, and with mirror modifier turned on, and clipping, I of course double check on face orientation. Here I add the I add loop and I scale this loop, and I add min crease. So min crease is 0 here, as you see, but I turn it to 1 to make it sharp. It's the same as sharp edges, as I told you before, but this is another way. And I add loop cuts around it so it's look nicer, and you can see how it's look like now. After, it's look much nicer. I'm fixing here some mistake I did, so, and of course don't forget to save your files. And this part of clothing, I just thought I give you a quick look how I planned it. So with this shape I have all quad shapes around, so this is very important, not to have like triangle shapes. Quad shape is very important. And that's it for this tutorial. Thank you so much for adding likes. I am reading your comments. Thank you so much for your nice comments and for all your support. And don't forget to follow me